Good morning students, how are you? I am Francis sir and today we are to study standard 6 chemistry. So this is the new chapter that we are going to study, and the chapter is lesson number 5, separation of substances. So as the name of the chapter suggests, separation of substances. So try to understand and try to think, why do we need separation? And if we need a separation, first we need to understand that if we are separating a particular type of substance, what type of substance that might it be that requires separation. So let us see substances. So separation of substances. Substances can be classified into two types basically. The first one is pure and the second one is impure. The pure can be further divided into elements and compounds. So this thing, we will be studying this in the higher class. So we will leave it this. Okay, we will. I will tell you it in some other video. But let's go on to the second part. That is the impure substance. Okay, so this impure substance are basically called the mixtures. Okay, so what are mixtures? You might have heard this mixtures. Mixtures are the substances which are made up of two or more components are there. Mixtures are made up of two or more substances. Yes, or two or more materials or two or more components are there. What are there? Two or more components. So these components, these mixtures again can be classified into two types: this homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures. So this homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures are there. So how can we define a mixture into homogeneous or heterogeneous? It depends upon this composition or the substances. So if the substances or the components of this mixture are uniformly distributed, where there is uniform distribution of its components. In the whole mixture, all the components are uniformly distributed. So in those types of mixtures, are called homogeneous. A very good example of it is cold drink. You take the first sip of a cold drink, you get the same taste. You take the last sip of the cold drink, you get the same taste. Or when you talk about the soft drink, if you take the first sip of Maaza or say Appy or you say Fizz, the first sip is same as the last sip. So why does it taste the same? Because the overall components that are mixed in it, all of them are uniformly distributed. Okay. So that is what, for example, lime juice or tea also, all these things are very good examples of homogeneous mixture. Then we have heterogeneous mixtures. Heterogeneous mixtures, in this the components are not uniformly distributed. Means if you take the first part, it will have a different composition. If you take the second part, it will have a different composition. Yes, so these compositions are not uniform. Example of them is soil. A very good example is soil. So you take the soil of one place, you pick it up. If you separate all the things, clay, sand, dust, mud, and whatever rocks and all pebbles, if you separate all them, that composition will be different if you pick the same lot from a different place. Those composition will be different. Means rocks quantity might be different, then the clay quantity might be different, then the sand quantity might be different, and so humus content might be different. So all the things that are of which this mixture is made up of, this soil, it would be different. So this type of the dust in the air, yes, you can see that in the road areas, there is too much dust in the air. But if you go to a quiet side of a countryside, where no vehicles run there, the air is good. So the air has, the dust in the air has, this dusty air, it has non-uniform composition. Yes. Or pond water, yes, pond water, you might have seen that, pond water has so many things. Yes, some people might be bathing in one place, that place, you might be seeing that surf or that soap bubbles floating there, but other place, the water might be quite clean, or some places, the buffalo might be bathing. Yes, at that place the water might be looking muddy, but at other place the water might be looking what clean. So if you take the whole of water of a pond, you are seeing that the composition of the water is not uniform in a pond. So in a way you can understand that some types of mixtures, the components are non-uniformly distributed, whereas in some of the mixtures they are uniformly distributed. So the mixtures in which the distribution of the components are uniform, they are called homogeneous, whereas the components in which the composition is non-uniformly distributed, they are called heterogeneous. Now, depending upon these factors, so you understand that sometimes when we talk of a mixture, a certain part of a mixture might be useful for us. Sometimes, for example, when you talk of sugarcane juice, yes, when you talk of a sugarcane juice, what happens is that we extract what? We extract sugar from the sugarcane juice. So from the juice we need only the sugar. So we have to separate the sugar out of the sugarcane juice. So this is a process. We need a certain part of it. We need a certain part of it to be separated from a mixture. So sugarcane juice is a mixture, and from that we take out sugar. So sometimes what happens is that a useful substance is present in a useful mixture. We can talk about petroleum. When we talk of petroleum, we also have so many useful substances. We have so many useful substances in petroleum. Yes, like we have petrol, we have diesel, we have LPG, we have asphalt, we have paraffin. There are so many useful substances, and we have to separate each useful substance from the other component, which all are mixed together in a petroleum. Yes. So what is that? There are so many different type of mixtures. Okay. So why do we need separation? Need for the separation of constituent of a mixture. Means why is it that a particular thing from a mixture has to be separated? Because that particular thing may be a useful substance. Presence of one or more useful substance. Okay. So that, for example, petroleum, we have more than one useful substance that has to be separated. Then sometimes what happens? Presence of one useful substance and one or more unwanted or harmful substance. For example, let us talk about iron ore. From iron ore, we need iron, but when we have iron ore is basically iron oxide. So iron oxide, when we dig it from the earth, it has so many impurities. Other than iron oxide, there are so many other things. For example, mud is there. For example, other rocks are there, which is not iron oxide. So that has to be separated. So those are unwanted substances. So those unwanted substances are separated from the iron oxide. So that is, unwanted substance has to be separated. So sometimes we have one useful substance and one or more unwanted or harmful substance present. So we need to separate this useful substance from this harmful substance or the unwanted substance. Okay. So for doing this, how do we do that? Either we can separate the useful substance, either we can separate all the available one or more useful substance, or by separating the harmful substance. For example, the separation of the constituent of a substance is carried out for the following purpose. So this separation process that has to be done is done for the following purpose: to remove any harmful substance present. If we have any harmful substance, that harmful substance has to be separated. For example, rice, that we sometimes pebbles are there, sometimes dust particles are there. So what do? We wash it, or we do hand picking also. No, we pick out these pebbles of rocks, and separate it. Yes. So why do we do that? Because that is a harmful substance or the dust particles. What do? We wash the rice. We wash it. Yes. So when we wash it and we drain away that water, why? Because that dust particles are not good for our health. So we are separating. We are washing is separating the harmful substance from a useful substance. So what happens is that to remove any harmful substance or the undesirable substance. Sometimes unwanted substances are present with the useful substance. Okay. To obtain a pure sample of substance, for example, that sugar. We get it from the sugarcane juice. We get pure sample of the substance. So sugar is a pure thing. We don't want the whole juice. So we want the sugar. So we take it out from the sugarcane juice. Okay. To obtain the useful substance. Yes. Sometimes harmful substances are present, means unwanted substances are present there. So we need to separate the useful substance from it, so we do that. So there are various methods in order to attain our useful substance or remove the harmful substance. So there are many such processes for that. So those processes we will be discussing in the next video. Okay. Till in this video we have studied quite enough. So I want you all to go through all these. Yes, and revise it properly. So enough for today. See you in the next video. Good day.